How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well today. Hope you got outside for a little bit, got to enjoy, well, kind of depends on what the weather's doing where you are. It's mainly winter most places. If you're like us, sometimes it will get shockingly warm for a couple of days in February and then go crazy cold again. And then your sinuses just go rather haywire. It just is what it is living around here. But maybe your seasons stay slightly more consistent where you live. Cool. Good for you if you can, because it means a lot less, like, this doesn't hurt as much. This hurts a lot when the weather decides to be everything in one day or, 2 days, whatever. It's all good. Anyhow, all right. This week's recipes are, well, this whole month's recipes are going to be kind of recipes I'd like to try, recipes I'd love to try from. And one week we're going to be doing kids books. That's this week, actually. Another week will be TV shows, then movies. And then the week of Valentine's Day is more, the week of Valentine's is more about recipes from the country of love, France. So we'll get to that. It's all good. But anyhow, so this week it's all about recipes I'd love to try from children's books from when I was a kid. And our first recipe is actually a pretty healthy one, because there's a lot in kids' books that are no way healthy because kids don't want to eat that. I mean, like, we eat all the sweets because the characters ate them. It's fine. But anyhow, this is from The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. I'm sure you remember it. Peter Rabbit goes into, he and his sisters, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. Mom goes, tells them they can go get little things here and there, but not go in Mr. McGregor's garden because that's where Dad died. They don't say it that way, but Dad got baked into a pie, made it pretty clear Dad died, and then they ate him. So don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden because he will kill you, wife will put you in a pie, and they're going to eat you. Rabbit pie does not sound super appetizing, by the way. But anyway, I thought, all right, from that, Peter still goes into the garden, obviously, and he steals little vegetables, and he eats them, then he narrowly makes his escape, loses most of his clothes, and gets home. It's a very basic little rest, and then he gets some chamomile tea. So I thought, what if we did a salad with the vegetables he takes, which he gets lettuce, he gets cabbage, he gets radishes, he gets French beans, which are basically green beans. And there's currants, but I think the currants were actually what his sisters got, but it sounded good to add to a salad, so we're adding it too. And then I don't think he steals carrots. I think they just mentioned eating carrots, and I was like, rabbits eat carrots, so I've already got carrots. So this is a salad inspired by The Tale of Peter Rabbit. And BT Dubs, I don't own any rights to this. I don't make money off of this anyway, but I'm just putting it out there, and I'll put it in the description. I don't own any rights to The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Rock on Beatrix Potter and her estate. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy. All right. So for our French beans, which I looked up and they're basically just green beans, we've washed them, and then you're really not supposed to eat them straight raw. So we did an in the microwave kind of quick steam for about 1 minute and 15 seconds. We're going to be letting them cool. We're going to cut them first, let them cool while everything else gets prepped. And then it'll all kind of go in the fridge for a little bit anyhow, so it'll chill in there. But we're just going to kind of chop them just a little, just so they're bite size. Because if this was inspired by kids' books, we'd want it to be something where like kids could easily eat what we're making. So you'd want it to be more in those kind of bite sizes as opposed to the full size of them. Just chop them off, and that end's a little wonkety. So yeah, if there's any little ends that just kind of look like maybe, I'm not really sure. I will be honest, while I like most veggies, green beans are not a typical one for me. My husband quite likes them though. So that's good. And I'll eat them in kind of various quantities. I just don't eat a lot of them. I like the beans better than like, well, these are beans, but the peas. Little That's what I like. All right, let me get this into its little bowl. Hang tight. All right, so we've got our carrot now, and we're just gonna shred it. Just easy. It's good, easy to mix into a salad. Such an easy way to do carrots, and they're nice and they're easy to eat in the salad this way. And shredding doesn't take too much to do for it. Just gotta watch your fingers when they start getting close, otherwise you will cut yourself. And that is not fun. Because as nice as this looks, you don't want that to be your finger. All right. Just getting that into the bowl. Then we'll get back in a second with our next veggie. Next up, we have radishes. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever knowingly eaten a radish or realized if I had. But we've kept these in the fridge because you're supposed to keep them very chilled until you want to slice them. At least for a salad. I don't know about for every recipe, but that's what it said to do for a salad. And then you just thinly slice them. I think they look, well, I might kind of just do like that, because again, kind of want them to be as bite-size-ish as possible. So I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm not going to use the entire bunch of them. That would be a lot. I do have another recipe I'm looking at to use the others. Might get shown a little later. But yeah, just going to keep slicing up about a handful of them. Make sure to put the full number on there. All right, we'll be back at our next veggie. All right, next we're going to add in some cabbage. Well, I've eaten cabbage. I don't think I've ever done anything to like prep it. So I'm not using the whole head of it. That would be, again, a lot. If we were having a bunch of people over, if we were having like storybook night with a bunch of kiddos and stuff, we could. But still not an option. Safety and all. But maybe this time next year it will be. Be fun. Just chopping it up. Be a very colorful salad. I think this will be enough cabbage. All right, so let me get it into something. We'll move on to the next. All right, the last thing we're going to prep is going to be our lettuce that he got. We're just using a head of romaine. We've washed. We're just slicing up. We're going to put it through the salad spinner here in a bit because it needs to be drained of all of its moisture from being cleaned, whatnot. All right, toss that out. All right, and then we can assemble. All right, so we've gotten that all nicely dried off. Now we're just going to be adding our vegetables in. And we'll toss the salad together and all around. Got our cabbage, some of our radishes, green beans. Then the currants we got were dried currants, which I also never had, so I'm going to try one. They're teeny tiny. Look at that. Look how teeny tiny they are. Itty bitty. I'll put some in there. Oh, they're like raisins. Okay. Well, that'll be good. A very fun, festive little salad going. And just adding our stuff in. I'll get our salad things to kind of toss it all together. It'll be super colorful. I don't know if we're going to wind up needing all the carrots. That wound up being a bit more. It's maybe just one instead of like two. We're going to just do a little bit more currants. All right, hang tight. All right, so just getting it all mixed up, getting everything all around. And then dressing wise, we're just gonna wind up doing a little oil and a little balsamic vinegar with it. I think that'll go best. But otherwise, you know, a raspberry vinaigrette actually would be really good with this. I wish I had thought about that before. I just kept going, oh, oil and vinegar. And now I'm suddenly like, oh, I wonder if we still have some. We actually might still have some raspberry vinaigrette from the last time we used it. I'm betting that's going to actually taste really good. Bet we have some. At least I will want that. The hubby may want just regular oil and vinegar. He may want something else altogether. But anywho, got our salad all done. Bon appetit. Hope your little rabbits like it too.